Hi, everyone. We are back, and I am so excited to share with you today what's going on with She Is Me Global in 2026. And as every year, we have a theme. This year was Stronger Together. Next year, it is Rise and Reign. We are expanding, we are putting new programs in place, and we have just some amazing things that I'm so excited to share with you today. So let's kick this off. So, about She Is Me Global. It started out as a conference in 2020. We had a small gathering of women. I decided I wanted to tell my story, and I wanted to create a safe space for other women to tell their stories as well. And so I created this conference. We had about 28 women the first year. We all got together, told our stories, and that is how we began. And how we have evolved is coming together to tell our stories, to be witness to each other, to be community with one another, and to make sure that no woman who ever finds this content ever feels like she's alone. We are more than an organization. We are a movement. We represent resilience, authenticity, and the courage to be seen and heard. We have events, we have workshops, we have summits, and we have ongoing support. And that's something that you usually don't find in other other organizations. Our support is unmatched. We want to support you through your entire process, whether it's just speaking at the conference or at a summit or at a Speaks event, and we're going to cover all of those things. One of the questions we get asked most is, why is She Is Me one word? Well, it's used this way because we created this platform to be shame and judgment free, and we want to take shame out of the equation. We feel that we shouldn't have to feel shame about anything that's happened to us. We refuse to feel shame, and why we want to know why the shame is always put on us for things that happen to us or things that have been done to us. Like, why do women have to hold the shame? We refuse to hold the shame, so we're replacing shame with She Is Me, and just we want you to have power over the shame. So that's why we use it as one word, and so mystery solved. Oops, let me go back. I'm going too fast here. Who am I? I'm the founder of She Is Me Global, and we are a movement redefining women's leadership through storytelling, healing, and collective action. I've survived domestic violence. I have survived a lot of things, but now lead this global platform, and we amplify women's voices in over 60 countries. Recently, I was named one of the 5 women who are the change we need right now by Forbes Founder. And I don't just talk about leadership, I've lived it. I have a 40-year corporate product management, marketing, and event management career. I was an aerospace engineer out of school, and I've worked for companies such as Cisco, Salesforce, and Microsoft. I'm also biracial. I got the white gene, but I do come from my Mexican heritage and grew up in my Mexican heritage, and I'm very, very proud to call myself a Mexican American. My mantra, I'm relentless in my pursuit of joy, peace, and freedom. And I bring that in everything that I do. So, why do we exist? We exist to raise women's voices, and we're doing that with our ecosystem. And this is what it consists of: igniting your voice, amplifying your voice, preserving your voice, carrying your voice, and multiplying your voice around the world. So we're going to go through each one of those today and show you what She Is Me Global does, how we do it, and how you can get involved. So the voice ignited. She Is Me Speaks. This is our in-person speaking platform. What we what we noticed over the years is a lot of people think that TEDx is or TED is the place to go and the badge to have. Um, TED is great. I'm not saying anything bad about that. It is great, but we wanted a for women by women platform that carried the same weight, if not a better reputation. We wanted to give the opportunity to women all over the globe to stand on our stages and speak and tell their stories, or empower, inspire, teach, all of those things. We wanted to give women particularly the opportunity, and not just professional speakers. We want to give every woman the opportunity to stand up on stage and tell their story, if that's how they want to express themselves in their story. So it's She Is Me Speaks. It's a 2-day event. We have speakers on one day, we have workshops on the next day, and we also invite women creators to be vendors at the event. So we want to amplify and to ignite and empower as many women as possible in one space. And it is electric. It is electric. So there's 2 ways to get involved. There is a global facilitator training where you can be a She Is Me Speaks facilitator, where you have an area in your country, in your in your state, wherever you're from. You have an area where you facilitate these events in your area. We train you. We often join you. And I'll give you an example of that in a little bit, but we help you create these events on a regular basis so that you become the community leader that you want to be, and you're making money and you're self-supporting and all of the good things. Plus, you are empowering other women to come and be there and do all the things that they do. And it's a fantastic way to step into your leadership and also create these global events. If you aren't ready to independently create events, meaning that you would initiate them, you would have the complete support of She Is Me on the back end. But if you're not ready to do that on your own, but you'd like to sponsor an event, or you'd like to co-create an event with She Is Me, you can. All you have to do is contact us and say, listen, I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I would love to have a She Is Me event. And we will co-create that event with you and take care of everything. You're the on the ground, at the location person, the go-to person there, but you have a whole team of people creating that event for you and with you. So those are ways to get involved on the leadership side. But you can also become a speaker. You can become a workshop facilitator or a vendor at any of these events. So we do call for speakers, call for vendors, call for workshop facilitators when those events get planned. So you just have to look out for that and get on our mailing list so that we can actually let you know when things are coming up. The other way that you can ignite your voice and show up on stage where we can see you is through our virtual summits. So we are having a little change going forward. We've tried to launch this a few times, but things have happened and it hasn't worked out. But it's always been something that we've been meaning to do, and we're changing things a little bit next year for our conference, and we're allowing more women to come forward. So we're making a bigger impact. We're amplifying the amount of women that can come onto this platform and speak. So our virtual summits are taking place every month. Sometimes there's 1, sometimes there's 4. It just depends on what's happening that month. And we have themes. And each day of the virtual summit will be a handful of speakers and a panel. So if you look at these themes, for instance, our first one in January, From Passion to Profit, Women Building Businesses That Last. The panel is The Entrepreneur's Journey, Scaling Smarter, Not Harder. So we have 2 events in January. We have 3 events in February. January is about small business. February is about healing. We've got March coaching. So March, we've got one event. April, living the creative life. And then it's Women's History Month. So we're having a Women's History event. May, motherhood, and the Asian American and Pacific Islander month. And so we're having that Heritage in Bloom event. We've got June, we've got 4 events because we're talking about sustainability, pride, Women's Veterans Day, which I don't think a lot of people know that there, except if you're a woman veteran, that there is a day designated for women who are veterans. And then Caribbean Women Rising. And then July, we've got Women Living with Dis-ease and a STEM event in July. August, Women's Sex and Power. We're taking the shame out of that, and we're just having conversations that need to happen. And then a divorce event. In September, we're talking about reproductive health. We're talking about it's Latin American Women's History Month, or Latin History Month, or we're having a Latinx Women Rising event. Let me just say that. October, Domestic Violence Awareness. We have our yearly conference as well. This will probably take place at the beginning of the month. Again, it's a one-day event. November, we're talking to light workers and Native American women. And then December, we're doing a grief and renewal day. So there is a lot happening next year, every single month. If you're not called to stand on our virtual stage at the conference, this might be a way for you to ease into speaking. You do not need to be a professional speaker by any means. You can just join us. And these are not so much storytelling, like the conferences really come and tell your story and let, tell us how you're thriving and how you help other women now. This is really telling stories, right? And it's not necessarily your story, but coming and teaching and empowering and inspiring other women. So you don't have to come and dish out your story. You can just come and share your experience or share what it is you do, and even sit on the panel at the end of the day. So each one of these, for instance, the Native Women Speak Day, and then we've got Leading Through Change, Native Women Shaping the Future. So what does that look like? And that's just an example. But every month we have events. You can go to sheismeconference.com/application, and you should be able to see all of the events, and you can apply to speak at any one of them. We also have pop-up panels. And what pop-up panels are is if there's an emerging issue or a topic that is hot right now. And I use the example of the bear, right? When this was happening, we had a pop-up panel last year when the big talk was, would you rather meet a bear in the forest or, go out with a man kind of question that was out there. We had a pop-up panel about it, and it really was fantastic. But these are subjects that are brought to us by you. So if you're seeing a subject that's happening out there that we really need to talk about, and you really want to bring people together and have a conversation, this is how you contact us and say, hey, I want to have a pop-up panel, and we will coordinate that for you and make sure that we have a discussion about something that is important. And we have live Q&A, so people can join us on the call. We have a large virtual room that we bring everybody into. So that's something else that we're doing. So let's talk about the Voice Amplified. What does that look like? This is what we're launching. We're launching it this month, and this is the She Is Me magazine. So She Is Me magazine is raising women's voices worldwide. We are celebrating celebrating women, leaders, healers, entrepreneurs, artists, visionaries, every woman you could think of. We are celebrating them with our magazine and our news network. So the magazine has a corresponding website that is really, kind of a blog that is contributor led. And we have, month or bi-monthly. It's bi-monthly. It says monthly on that. It's bi-monthly. So we have, how can you get involved? How can you contribute? You can contribute by writing. You can contribute your artwork. You can contribute photography. You can contribute your poetry. You can buy a feature. You can buy a cover. You can advertise with us. You can sponsor. You can do a lot of things. But this is bi-monthly, and we're celebrating women, and we're making sure that we really amplify your voice and put your face out in front of people, or put your work out in front of people, just always looking to make a bigger impact and help as many women as possible. So we have the next 5 covers lined up. And so 6 covers lined up, actually. So you'll be seeing some amazing women over through January 1st. And this will go out shortly after the conference. So everyone will get a taste of what's happening with the She Is Me magazine. But you can be involved in any of these things. You just have to reach out. So here's a look at what is going on the inside. Our table of contents. We've got some leadership. We've got an essay about voices. And that's a few pages of what's happening. It is a digital flip book, as well as the articles are on the website. So you'll be able to read through everything. So the voice preserved. What does this look like? This is something that we just started this year. This is the anthology series. So we are now publishing stories. So if you have a story to tell and you have a burning desire to tell it, but you don't want to show your face, you don't want to get up in front of people, you don't want to, really stand up there, and it's totally understandable that sometimes writing is the only way to get your voice, to get that story out, because you don't have the capacity at the moment to use your voice to do it. And we totally understand that. But we want to also give women who aren't there yet or might never be there a chance to tell their story, and a chance to share their story with the world, so that some other woman might not feel alone and might feel like their stories being told as well. So with the anthology series, you can contribute to one of our anthologies. The calendar coincides with the summits. We have themes every month. So She Builds, entrepreneurs, small businesses. She Heals, wellness and recovery, healing practitioners. Black women's voices for February. She Rages. So what does sacred rage, power, resilience, all of that stuff look like? If you have a story about that, something that you were able to transmute that rage into something amazing, we want to hear your story. Or She Creates. If you're an artist, a visionary, and you have a story to share with the world, we want to hear it. So this is a great opportunity for you to write your story, contribute to a book that gets published both digitally and in paperback. So you'd have a copy of the book, just like I contributed to this book. I don't think you can see it with my slides. But I contributed to an anthology, and you actually get to hold the book in your hand, and it's something that is amazing, an amazing feeling to have your work, holding your work in your hand, and be able to use your voice without standing on stage or without showing your face, but being able to share your story is so powerful. So the voice carried. Why do we say that? Because our podcast is called Voices Carry, and they do. And our voices carry around the world. So I used to do this on my own, and I used to not do it very often because we had so many other things to do. But now we have Kimberly Monday, who is a longtime friend of mine, who has joined me, is one of the smartest women I know on this planet. And we have hard to have conversations, and we bring anyone and everyone who'd like to join us to talk about whatever subject they want to talk about. We are up for it. So if you would like to be on the podcast, if you would like to share your story, or even just talk about something that you feel nobody's talking about or nobody wants to touch, we will. So join us, fill out that application, or go to the podcast page on She's Me. She's Me Conference. There's a podcast page. So the voice multiplied, what does that look like? That looks like leadership training. What we do leadership training. We have support. We do marketing. We build systems. We build your technology, and we have the community. Why? Because we didn't have it when we were coming up through the ranks. We wanted to build something that supported women and gave them a choice, right? And that's the next thing there. So that you have a choice, so that you don't have to go and climb the corporate ladder, or you don't have to stay stuck in a job that's barely making ends meet. We want to be able to give you an opportunity to work with us and support you through the entire process and beyond. To why we do it, to give you financial independence, to make sure that you're self-supporting, that you don't have to depend on anybody else, and that you can take care of your kids, take care of yourself in a way that you want to, without sacrificing your time or your health. And then we want to change the world. We want to enable women to be sovereign. We want to make sure that women can step up, speak up, support themselves, and not have to depend on anybody else, except for this team and this community. So as you can see, community is listed twice because that is a really big thing for us. We want to create community because we feel that without community, we're all just floundering. So I had a conversation earlier today with Anjali Mehta. We also talked about this last night in our women violence against women panel. And it's all about the fact that we have increasingly isolated over the years from COVID until now, and the way that the world has changed and the way that we interact. And we feel like that has caused or is causing so much pain and suffering and dis-ease in women because we don't have that community. We don't have that touch. We don't have that place to go. And something that we're really big on is a third place. Often women don't have a third place. We have work and home, or sometimes we just have home, or we have home and church, if that's part of your world. But we don't have a third place. We don't, and it started maybe with book clubs or things like that, where we would go and meet our friends. But we don't have a third place. So something that we're building with our community and with our leadership programs is creating those leaders, those community leaders, to be that third place, to be that place where women can go and have community, to build those places around the world that women can go to have the support that they need, that love and that affection, and that something that only women can give other women. And that we're creating this world where we're not competing anymore, and that we're collaborating and we're helping each other, because we know that when one woman rises, we all rise. We know that works. So we want to build those leaders of tomorrow, and we want you to join us so we can show you how we're doing that. And our way is not the only way, but we have a pretty good way. So I'm going to get into that a little bit now of what that looks like. So these are entrepreneurship programs, facilitator programs, and we teach you how to do things. And I showed you on the previous slide, we teach you, we support you, we build your systems, we have the back-end technology, we have the community, and we are there, we are your partner in all of this. So you can become, these are the programs that we have. The circle facilitators. So if you've always wanted to have small, intimate groups of women where you really connect, and you can even do this in your home, the circle facilitator, we teach you how to lead those circles and how to be that facilitator that brings those women together and facilitates healing and community. And it's just really beautiful. And it's small, it's intimate, and it's really that first step, or sometimes it's a big step for you, but it is a wonderful step forward in your leadership. If you know you are meant to lead, but you're not quite sure how to get there, our circle facilitator is a really good first step, but it's also such a beautiful way to bring people together. Our girls trip facilitator. So what this is we help you plan trips. We help you plan girls trips to anywhere in the world that you want to go. And it's sort of a retreat away. So we teach you how to, not only where to go and how to be there and you know, all the planning that's involved, but how to facilitate the work inside of that trip. So it's a fun trip where you're learning and healing at the same time. Then we have our retreat facilitators, and this is where we would all meet for a retreat somewhere. And it could be any retreat center. It could be, we're having a retreat in May, we're having a retreat in April in different places, and we're going to we're going to a national park. So it's really about learning how to facilitate the retreat. We have a really great library of retreats that we teach, and I did not print it out, but you can find it on the website. But things like oldest daughter retreats, you know, sleepover camp, rest and rejuvenate. What else do we have? We have a sacred rage retreat, where we learn self-defense and we scream and we break things, and that's a lot of fun. We have a 12-step retreat, where it's 12 steps, a women's way. It's not necessarily an addiction or alcohol recovery program. It's really based on those 12 steps, but really how to come back to yourself. We have, again, like I said, we have a rewilding retreat. That's a health retreat. And we teach you how to facilitate each one of these retreats so you can lead these retreats. We help you on the back end. We help you recruit people. We help you find a place. We help you build your website and all of those things. And you can become a certified She Is Me retreat facilitator. Speaks. We talked about Speaks. We talked about what that looks like. It's a 2-day event with speakers, workshops, and vendors. And we put you through the program to teach you how to be a Speaks facilitator, bring the people in, bring the vendors in, and really lead those programs. And then the studio. The studios are physical places. So you would be definitely a community leader where you would run a physical space, and it's somewhere where you can have all of these things happen. You can have retreats happen, circles happen, speaks events. You can have classes. You can have you could rent it out for meetings and things like that. It's also a safe space for women, and that is a much longer program, but it is phenomenal to be able to be a hub for women. And all of these, you go through our leadership class, you learn the pillars of heart-centered leadership, and you learn how to actually facilitate these programs step by step. And then we don't just say, okay, you're done, we throw you to the wolves. No, you're part of the She Is Me programs. You're part of the She Is Me ecosystem and the She Is Me community. And so you're a branded ambassador. You're out there, you're leading the way, you're leading other women, but you have the full support of She Is Me on the back end. So let's switch a little bit and go to what is happening next year as far as events and things you can attend in person that are big right now. We've got a lot of other little events, some Speaks events in different cities, and we don't have a lot of time to cover all of that. But if you're on our mailing list, you'll be able to find out what's happening, what we need, how you can get involved, so on and so forth. So let's talk about She Is Me at Sea. So She Is Me at Sea is a leadership cruise, and it is a retreat. It is a Speaks event. It's a lot of things. We've pulled together 30 women who are already leading in their communities or on a bigger scale. They are making a big impact in this world. And they are the women that are sort of leading the way. And I can't even describe how amazing and phenomenal these women are. They're all coming together. We are all joining together. We are speaking. We're having workshops. We are having a book signing event. So many of the women, if not all of them, are authors. So you'd be able to really sit. I mean, we're there. We're face to face. We're on a ship. We're not going anywhere. We are just being together. So you're going to be able to meet everyone. You're going to be able to make friends and connections. And the book signing event, you'll be able to get them to sign your book if you want to buy their book. We have swag bags, we have t-shirts, we have our card deck, leadership, and specifically for this event. Now, some of you might have thought it was already passed. Well, we had to move the date because our ship went into dry dock and it needed some repairs, and it is just not out of dry dock yet. So we had to move it. It's okay. Everyone's still on board. We're good to go. The picture down below here is the ship at the Vancouver, center. So where we're going to be docking and getting off the ship May 6th, but we are going to be sailing on May 2nd from Los Angeles, California. And on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, we're actually going to be stopping in Victoria on Vancouver Island in Victoria, Canada, where it's an amazing, beautiful city. We're going to have some time off the ship to enjoy, go on a tour, visit the gardens, that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, before then, we're going to be on the ship. We're all going to be together. And one of the most amazing things that is happening on the ship is our She Is Me Awards Gala. We have 10 awards that are going to be given out. This is a smaller version, but this is exactly what the award looks like. It's a glass award with a silver puzzle piece. The puzzle piece is the theme for She Is Me at Sea. We are. It means that we're all part of a puzzle, and we're not complete without each other, and we all fit together. And it's just such a beautiful representation of how we're all pieces in something that's much bigger, and that we are complete until we're all together. So this is amazing. If you go to sheismeatsea.com/awards, you'll be able to see the awards, and you'll be able to nominate somebody for the awards, or yourself. You can nominate yourself. But let me go over what these look like. The Empowering Leader Award, somebody who demonstrates outstanding leadership and promotes empowerment and inclusivity. And these are short descriptions. There's longer descriptions on the website. Community Builder Award, somebody who demonstrates a commitment to creating and nurturing inclusive communities. And I know that all of you know women who are deserving of being recognized, and they aren't being recognized in a way that that they maybe should be. But this is going to be a really big deal, and it's going to be broadcast. It's going to be we're going to get a lot of press around this, and we want to make sure that we elevate these women. The Healing Heart Award shows exceptional empathy and compassion, helping others heal and grow. The Rising Star Award, somebody who shows remarkable drive, resilience, and potential in her chosen field or community, and has demonstrated leadership qualities even in the early stages of her career or endeavors. The Spirit of Sisterhood Award embodies a spirit of inclusivity, kindness, and mutual support, and regularly lifts up other women, fostering solidarity and collective growth. The Brave Voice Award, and BRAVE stands for bold, resilient, authentic, visionary, and empowered. Somebody who is bold and outspoken in her advocacy for causes or individuals needing support, and resilient in the face of adversity, maintaining her authenticity and integrity. The Wellness Warrior Award. This is for a woman committed to holistic well-being, both in herself and in her community, champions physical, mental, and emotional wellness for herself and others, and actively promotes self-care, health, and mindfulness within her community. The Inclusive Business Leader Award. This is someone who has excelled in building or leading a small business that prioritizes diversity, equity, and inclusion in every aspect of its growth, demonstrates a strong commitment to DEI in hiring, mentorship, and workplace culture, and has achieved notable success in her business while aligning with She Is Me's mission of empowerment and community building. The Literary Impact Award celebrates an author whose work has made a profound impact, demonstrates storytelling that resonates with readers, inspiring them to personal growth or new perspectives, and has fostered impactful conversations in broader circles that align with the values of authenticity, resilience, and empowerment. And then finally, the Founders Award. And this is something that only I give away, but it's a speaker. It's given to a speaker within the She Is Me community who embodies the core values of empowerment, resilience, inclusivity, demonstrates a profound commitment to uplifting and inspiring other women, and has made a significant impact through her contributions to She Is Me, helping create lasting change and connection. So on the She Is Me at Sea/awards page, there is a nomination form. There are some requirements to nominate, so make sure you go through that, and let's find out what women we can recognize. And I'm so excited. I just can't wait. We've gotten some already. These women are amazing. It's going to be really, really hard to choose. But those nominations are open until January 31st. Okay, let's talk about Australia. So we're going to be in Australia and Europe next year. We haven't nailed down the dates yet for Europe, but we will talk about that at a later time. But we are going to be in both places. Australia, we already know what's happening, and we're really excited. So on the She Is Me Global website, you'll see a little space for Australia. And when you get there, you'll find out all about these events. So March 14th and 15th, we're going to be at Abbotsford Convent in Melbourne, which is this beautiful building right here. It's actually a huge location, lots of buildings, lots of amazing things. It is now used as meeting space and for farmers markets and stuff like that. But we are going to have our She Is Me Speaks event there March 14th and 15th. So we are looking for speakers, vendors, workshop facilitators, although Holly Hayes and I are going to be there to both speak and have a workshop at the Speaks event. So if you want to participate, please let us know. On this website, there's a way to let us know. And this is the office at Moama on the Murray, and this is in New South Wales. And it's the Rise in the Fire retreat. This is a piece of art that I created for this event. It is a retreat where we are letting go of that which no longer serves us and rising in the fire. So we will, both Holly and I will be doing retreat workshops there, but we also have some beautiful, amazing events programs and things that we'll be doing there. We'll have storytelling. We have a bonfire. We are all going off property to have dinner locally one night. So it's going to be quite amazing. And this is the office. Should have put a picture of the actual bungalows, but the bungalows are fabulous. It is such a beautiful place. And you can actually get your own room. So check that out if you'd like to join us. Also, if you'd like to have an event in a different part of Australia, let me know. I will be there for 2 months. So let me know if you'd like to co-create something somewhere else other than Melbourne and Moama, then we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. Let's talk about She's Me Health. So She's Me Health did a soft launch in April, and what we decided to do, a quick story. 2 years ago, I canceled the She's Me conference because my health was so poor. I couldn't do it. So I said, forget it. And I didn't know how I was going to face the next 30 days, much less the next 30 years, because my health was failing. And I met a woman pictured here, Dr. Christy King, who literally saved my life. And through the last 2 years of my recovery and my improvement, my health improvement, we have been talking. She actually spoke at the conference last year, and we've been talking about what we could do to make a bigger impact and change the way that women were getting health care. So we decided to create She Is Me Health. Now we are starting with a couple of different programs. We have a masterclass on how to balance your hormones. We have a 30-day take action program. We have a 3 and a 6 month program. And we also start with a discovery call with Dr. King. But She Is Me Health is something that is so, it means so much to me to be able to let other women have access to this information and have access to healing and health. It's something that I can't put into words. I couldn't speak a complete sentence because my brain was so inflamed. I couldn't walk upstairs. I couldn't do things that I couldn't ski anymore. One of the things I love to do in the wintertime. I couldn't hike. There's a picture of me in our living room when we were in Hawaii, and we'd gone on this hike and gone up to the top of this hill, and I'm smiling, but I just finished crying because I just couldn't go on. And you could see my face is swollen, and my eyes were swollen. Everything was inflamed in my whole body, and I was getting worse and worse by the day. And I thought I was doing everything right, but until I met Dr. King and found out some of the right things that you might have uncovered or investigated on your own, like this is what I should be doing, aren't really the right things. So she practices root cause medicine, and she gets to the bottom of things, and she really finds out. So we healed my gut health. We balanced my hormones. We healed my inflammation. And as you can see, I've been talking for 47 minutes now, and I'm doing just fine. But I literally could not speak a complete sentence. I would get stuck on words. I would see the word, but I couldn't actually say it. I wasn't sleeping. I was in chronic pain, and all of that has changed. So we launched She Is Me Health. We want to help as many women as possible. Dr. King is currently licensed in 14 states in the US, but we are actively seeking other practitioners to join us. Whether you're a psychologist or a hypnotist or an actual medical doctor, board certified physician, and you want to supplement those states that we aren't covering right now, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to have you join the practice and the community, and actually send people to you that are coming to look for help, because we want to help as many women as we can. So the new She Is Me Global is launching probably right after the conference. We're actually working on it as we speak, but it's got a new look and feel. And if you go to She Is Me Global right now, you will see a landing page like this. But as you saw in Australia, there's only a couple of links there. It is a sort of a landing page, but this is a comprehensive website. It has everything you need to know that I covered here, all of the different leadership paths or the different ways to participate within the She Is Me ecosystem, as well as our story, our vision, mission, all of our retreats that you could choose from to become a facilitator, or even co-create a retreat. Let's say you don't necessarily want to be the leader of one, but you're like, oh, I really want to do that oldest sister or oldest daughter. I'm an oldest daughter. I was parentified, and I'm really looking for that. I can't find any place that has that, and I really want to experience that. You can contact us, and we will plan that event with you, and so that you can attend, and we can do it near you, and include a lot of other people that might be looking for the same thing in your area. So that is something you can come to us with as well. But our new website will be out soon, if not by the end of the conference next week. So you can figure out all the things I've talked about will be there, and you can find everything you need to know. We're also updating the conference website in the next couple of months. It'll be updated with this information, but next couple of months it'll have a new home. We're moving it off of the platform that it's on right now, because we've had nothing but trouble with that platform for many years, and we're finally done. So we're going to be moving that around. You'll still be able to find it, sheismeconference.com. It'll just live somewhere else. And then partnerships. So I Know Why She Stayed initiative. My dear friends, Justine, Kat, and Casey, who started the I Know Why She Stayed initiative, we are working very closely to make sure that women have access to the resources that they need to reclaim their freedom, build an independent life, and get out of abuse, and especially financial abuse. We are partnering so that there is a pathway from escaping financial abuse to standing on your own 2 feet to becoming an entrepreneur. So we're so excited about this partnership, and we're really excited about how we can help as many women as possible. So stay tuned. We're actually having a big event, a She's Me Speaks event, just outside of Boston in May, towards the end of May. And we're also having an Authors Against Abuse, one of those nights that will be there, an Authors Against Abuse fundraiser, where you'll be able to bid on books and artwork and all kinds of things to raise money for the I Know Why She Stayed initiative, so that we can help give money to women who need it, to get them out of abusive situations. And then the Rise Women's Alliance. This is something that both the I Know Why She Stayed initiative and She Is Me is creating, where we're bringing organizations together. We're creating resources, a resource directory, an app, something that women could have on their phones so that they can find the resources that they need at their fingertips, and doing it in a way that can't be traced and can't be followed, and can't be if they're looking for help secretly and need help, but their phone's being checked or whatever. We're coming up with creative ways to make sure that they can access what they need without being found out. And unfortunately, we have to do that these days. But we want to protect women and help women in every way we can, and we want them to stay safe when they're looking for help. And finally, the 7th annual She Is Me conference is scheduled for the 19th to the 25th next year. Those are the dates. It will be that week for sure. We're not sure if it's going to be the whole week or part of the week, but those are the dates that we have for next year. This is our look and feel for next year, and I really love it that we're all walking together. So if you are interested in speaking at the She Is Me conference, you can go to sheismeconference.com/application and fill out an application. We do open up a call for speakers April 1st for the conference, but you can apply at any time. There is no time limit. You can apply whenever you like. We still look at your application, and we announce speakers on July 1st. We do need global speakers, so speakers from all over the world are welcome. The format is tell your story, your aha moment, how you're thriving, and now who you help. You can promote a business or product, but you need to share your story. We'll have a pre-conference workshop day. Possibly we might do the workshops in a different format. And then some conference panels, and then watch parties. So we've got a few watch parties this year. And if you are interested in creating watch parties next year, we'll let you know all about it. But again, join the mailing list so that you can find out more. And with that being said, that is it there. Let me get out of this. And I'm going to leave you for a few minutes. We're going to come back with Camilla Steen Larson, who I love and adore. She's actually in the PNW right now, I believe. So I'm really excited. We are probably going to meet up in person in the next couple of days. And she's from Denmark. So I'm very excited about her being close to me, and you're going to enjoy her. So we'll be back